Welcome to the next era of global technology. This is Mavrix.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Mavrix AI versus AI IPL debate. I am MAXION, and the other AI is HARIXA. Let's start with LSG, who are currently in 10th place. They have played 10 matches, and among those 10 matches, they have won only 3 matches. HARIXA, as you know, LSG have lost close to 3 matches, which they actually needed to win. For example, in the RR versus LSG match, they were chasing only 160, but their batting collapsed, and they lost the match. What's your opinion, HARIXA?
Hello everyone. Yeah, MAXION. In 10 matches, LSG tried 5 different opening pairs this season. Last year, LSG's top 3 scored around 500 runs each, nearly 1,500 runs combined from Marsh, Markram, and Purin. But from the first match until before the MI game, they didn't allow Purin to bat at number 3. In the MI match, he finally came at number 3, scored runs, and returned to form. But they made this change only after their playoff chances were almost over.
Yeah, in the remaining 4 matches, they need to try their bench players and prepare the squad for next year. One of LSG's biggest strengths is their fast bowling attack, which has been exceptional. Mayank, Prince, and one of India's greatest seam bowlers, Mohammad Shami, have performed really well. But they need to test and improve their batting in the upcoming matches and prepare strongly for next season. If all my points are correct, or if I missed anything.
Exactly. You've covered all the important points. Now let's move to the next team, Mumbai Indians, the team that almost everyone believed would qualify for the playoffs. In fact, many experts even predicted them to finish in the top 2, but somehow they lost their playoff chances. Why do you think they failed?
They still believe in the old-school formula and trusted Bolt, who does not play international cricket regularly nowadays. Bolt's speed has reduced by around 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. Previously, his in-swinging and out-swinging deliveries used to come at around 130 to 135 kilometers per hour. But this season, they are mostly around 120 to 125 kilometers per hour. So for batters, it becomes slightly easier compared to his previous pace. Also, the absence of the great Bumrah has been a huge miss for MI. In the middle of the season, Rohit Sharma's injury also affected them badly. After that, the players who came into his position failed to perform, and the poor form of Surya and Tilak caused huge losses for MI.
Yes, MAXION, you're right. Tilak scored a brilliant century in one match, but before and after that game, he couldn't continue the same form. Even when some of the main batters failed, MI still managed to score 200-plus totals. But the problem was their bowling unit. They kept conceding 200 runs as well, which caused huge losses. Honestly, it's still hard to believe that Mumbai Indians missed the playoffs. All right, let's move to the next team, DC. Yes, the team that started the IPL brilliantly but completely collapsed later. This has become their pattern. They did exactly the same thing last season too.
Yeah, in the first 5 matches they had 3 wins and 6 points, but in the next 6 matches, they managed to win only 1 match. That is the main reason they are going to miss the playoffs.
In one match, they scored 260 plus, and in the very next match, they were all out for just 75. I've never seen such inconsistency from any other team. On a pace-friendly pitch against RCB, who have world-class fast bowlers, they struggled badly. Against CSK, on a spin-friendly pitch with 2 extraordinary spinners, and even in a rain-affected game, they still chose to bat first.
Yes, they made a lot of tactical errors. Even if they win their next 3 matches, they can only reach 14 points. I think this season, 14 points may not be enough for playoff qualification. Okay, we will move to the next team.
Let's move to KKR, They are currently in 7th place with 9 points. What do you think, MAXION?
KKR struggled initially, but then they made a comeback because their main players, Varun, Nareen, and Rinku, came back into form, which played a crucial role for them. One good thing for KKR is that they are currently on odd points, so if they win their next 4 matches, they will reach 17 points. Even if they lose one match, they can still reach 15 points. So if the cutoff for the last playoff spot is 14 points, then it will be a huge advantage for KKR because they can easily finish with 15 points and reach the 4th place.
Yes, correct. KKR's upcoming matches are against RCB, GT, MI, and DC. The next 2 matches are massive for them. They need to win at least one out of RCB or GT, and then they must win both matches against MY and DC. If they manage that, they still have a strong chance to qualify.
Yes, HARIXA. Now we will move to the next team, CSK. They started the IPL very badly, but they made a really good comeback.
Yes, they have made a comeback, but their batting is still a major concern. Now coming to CSK, whenever Sanju scores runs, they win matches. If he fails, the team struggles badly. Sanju has scored 2 centuries, 150, and another 40-plus score in the 4 matches they won. So if the opposition dismisses him early, CSK could suffer badly in my opinion. CSK's next 4 matches are against LSG, again SRH, and GT. The 2 matches against LSG are extremely crucial. If CSK loses even one of those matches, it could become very risky for them to qualify for the top 4.
Yes, HARIXA, you are 100% correct. If Sanju gets out early, they struggle to score runs. Let's see how they perform in the upcoming matches.
Yes, now let's move to RR.
Yes, RR are also facing the same issue. If the openers score, they win the match. If the openers fail, they lose the match. After the first half of the IPL, everyone thought RR would finish in the top 2 because they won 5 out of their first 7 matches. But after that, they managed to win only 1 match in the next 4 games.
If RR wants to qualify, they need to win at least 2 out of their next 3 matches. Their upcoming games are against DC, LSG, and MI. Yes, they are facing teams that are almost out of the tournament, but those teams will play without pressure, while RR will be under pressure to win. That pressure itself could lead to mistakes, so let's wait and see what happens.
That is RR's biggest advantage, because they are going to play against teams that are almost out of the tournament, so they still have a strong chance to win matches. Yes. Now let's move to the next team, RCB. They also started the IPL really well, but in the last couple of matches they suffered batting collapses. In the GT match, their batting collapsed badly, and in the last match too, after a great partnership between Padikal and Patidar, they again lost momentum. But in my opinion, they will still make the playoffs.
Yes, they still have playoff chances, but their main concern is the form of Jitesh and Romario. Jitesh hasn't scored more than 20 runs this season and has even gotten ducks in crucial situations. They may look to make changes in the playing 11. In place of Romario, they could try Venkatesh Iyer, who can definitely bowl better and also stabilize the batting if early wickets fall. In place of Jitesh, they may try Jordan Cox. What do you think?
Yes, and I would also make one more change. In place of Rasik, I would play Mangesh, because he can contribute with the bat as well. Or we can bring Jax in place of Bethel and ask him to open with Virat. After Salt's injury, they struggled badly in the opening because they were unable to get explosive starts. So they can send Jax as the opener, move Jitesh down the order, use Venki at number 5, replace Romario with Duffy, and Rasik with Mangesh. That way, they can strengthen both their batting depth and bowling attack.
Yes, MAXION. If they go with this playing 11, even if one bowler has a bad day, they still have a 6th bowling option in Mangesh, who is far better than Romario. Let's see whether they change the 11 or continue with the same combination. We will move to the next team, PBKS. They started the season as an unbeaten side, but in the last 3 matches, they have lost all 3 games. Their bowling weaknesses are now being exposed?
Yes, their bowling weaknesses were exposed from the very start of the IPL. They conceded 200-plus runs in multiple matches, but they managed to chase them down. However, that cannot happen every single day, right?
Yes, chasing 200-plus in every game is not easy for any gun teams, will they?
PBKS will make the playoffs because they are also on odd points, and winning 2 out of their remaining 4 matches should be enough for them to qualify for the top 4. So they are most likely going to qualify.
MAXION. Now coming to GT, their bowling has helped them massively. Rabada is bowling like he's back in his prime, Siraj has been excellent, and Rashid Khan is also performing well.
We really need to appreciate GT because they mainly depend on only 3 batters who are performing consistently: Gill, Sai Sudarsan, and Butler. And with just these players performing strongly, they are still in the top 2.
GT's next matches are against SRH, KKR, and CSK.
This is where the IPL becomes really exciting. Their next 3 matches are against teams that are also fighting for playoff qualification. If GT lose those matches, they could miss the playoffs. So let's move to the final team, SRH. In the first few matches, they struggled badly with their bowling attack, but after a couple of matches, they made a strong comeback. Winning 5 out of their last 6 matches is simply incredible.
Yes, MAXION, their batting lineup is a powerhouse, and now their bowling is also performing consistently. Finally, SRH. Their next matches are against GT, CSK, and RCB. Let's see how things go from here. Playoff chances of the last 5 teams, according to the table. The playoff cutoff this season is expected to be 16 points, which means every remaining match becomes extremely important. SRH are currently on 14 points, so they need to win at least one of their remaining 3 matches to almost confirm playoff qualification. GT are also on 14 points. Just like SRH, winning 1 more match should take them very close to qualification, but winning 2 matches could secure a top 2 finish. PBKS are currently on 13 points. They will most likely need 2 wins from their remaining matches to safely qualify for the playoffs. RCB are sitting on 12 points, so they need to win at least 2 of their remaining 4 matches to reach the expected cutoff of 16 points. RR are also on 12 points, but they have played 1 extra match compared to RCB, so RR may need to win almost all of their remaining matches to stay alive in the playoff race. This is where the IPL becomes extremely intense because 1 loss can completely change the points table.
Now let's look at the teams from 6th to 10th place in the IPL 2025 points table. CSK are currently in 6th place with 10 points and a 40% chance of qualifying for the playoffs. To reach the expected cutoff of 16 points, they need to win at least 3 of their remaining 4 matches. Their middle order and spin bowling unit must perform consistently in the upcoming games. KKR are in 7th place with 9 points and a 37% qualification chance. Their situation is very tricky right now. They will need to win almost all of their remaining matches to stay alive in the playoff race. The return to form of Narine, Rinku, and Varun could become a huge advantage for them. DC are currently in 8th place with only a 0.1% chance of qualifying. Their poor net run rate and inconsistent performances throughout the season have almost ended their playoff hopes. Even if they win their remaining matches, qualification still depends on multiple other results. MI are in 9th place with 6 points and officially have a 0% chance of qualifying for the playoffs. Injuries, poor bowling performances, and tactical mistakes completely affected their season. And finally, LSG are at the bottom of the table in 10th place with 6 points and also a 0% qualification chance. Despite having a strong pace attack, their batting collapses and inconsistency cost them the entire season. At this stage of the IPL, every single match is becoming a knockout game for teams fighting for the playoffs,